Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are having a great weekend, and I'm sure some of you guys are like, what is a wedding weekend? What is this title? Long story short, I was not sure if I was going to be doing wedding planning videos, A, because I'm not a planner, and B, I have never been the type of girl that has fixated on a wedding my entire life. I've never been like, oh, this is what I want my wedding to look like, or this is what I want for my wedding. I was kind of more like focused on graduating college and getting a job, things like that. So yeah, I didn't want you guys to like come to my videos and then be like, what the heck is this? Because honestly, I have only a few ideas of things that I want to talk about, and I'm filming this for you guys because I kind of had a collective heart-to-heart on Instagram and Snapchat with you guys and asked if you wanted to see these types of videos, and so many of you guys were like, yes, I'm getting married this year or next year, or a few people were like, I've already got married, but I really like watching wedding planning videos. So this is all for you guys. I am literally going to be a jumbled mess. I'm just going to tell you that until you guys give me ideas on what you want to see. So if you can, please, if you are interested in these videos, write in the comment section down below what you would like to see in future videos, video topics you want to see, questions for Q&As, different things like that, so I can get some ideas on videos to film for this. So on Snapchat, we decided to start out with a wedding weekend series. So basically, I'm going to be posting these videos only on the weekends, once or twice a month, maybe every other Saturday. And that way, for those of you who are interested, you can look forward to these on the weekends and you know that they'll be coming. And for those of you who may not be as interested, you will still have regular scheduling for makeup and style videos throughout the week. So I hope that's something that you guys like. And again, if you guys end up really liking these videos, I may do more, but for right now, we're gonna stick to wedding weekend, and it will probably be max of 2 videos a month. So I wanted to keep today's video really lighthearted and just run through a few things that, well, it's actually more than a few things, just things that I know for sure that I want, or things that I've already done, and just like basically the overall theme of my wedding. That's just what I wanted to start out with, and I thought it would kind of just get us into the groove of the wedding weekend series. So that's what we're going to start out talking about. I guess I'm going to start out by talking about the theme of the wedding. So Will and I are getting married May 2017, so obviously a year from now, and it will be an outdoor wedding. So I feel like some of you guys might have had questions on, have you decided where the wedding is going to be at? Are you going to go with an all-inclusive venue, or are you just going to do it at a random place? And initially we thought we were going to do it on his family's land because they have really gorgeous land out in the countryside, and we went driving around there a couple weeks ago. We just took the 4-wheeler out and drove around, and you know, there was a certain spot near a stream and kind of like this almost like this stone waterfall that we really loved, but we would have to clear out a ton of branches, a ton of trees before the wedding, and I just really didn't want to have that burden on his family and also ourselves. So we decided that we will be doing the wedding at an actual venue unless something changes, but it will not be an all-inclusive venue. There's just absolutely no way that we could pay for an all-inclusive venue in our area or in Nashville. The prices are ridiculous. I looked into one all-inclusive venue, and it actually had the exact look that I was going for our wedding, and the quote was like minimum $20,000 and up, and I was like, I can build my own damn garden for $20,000. So yeah, we are going to just go with a venue that kind of you can customize, and you can pick what you want to add in, what you don't want to add in. And long story short, we haven't picked a venue yet. We have a couple places that are good contenders, but as far as, you know, all-inclusive goes, we will not be doing that because it was just, you know, way too expensive. And I just want to throw this out there, if your budget was above that price tag, I'm not saying that it was, you know, stupid or dumb that you would pay that. It's just for us personally, we could not imagine paying that. You know what I mean? Everyone's different. And I don't know about you guys, but if you're planning a wedding, like, I want to save some money. I want to save some money up in here. So yeah, that's it for the venues right now. We have some things in mind, but we have not completely set on one yet. So let's move into the overall theme of the wedding. I chose the theme of our wedding because Will's just over here like, I'm just here to get married. Like, you do the rest. I don't care about the planning, basically. You know what I mean? Typical. So I chose the theme for the wedding, and I really just adore and love a garden style wedding. And so I'm sure when I say garden style wedding, different things are probably popping into different people's minds. People are like, oh, so you want a lot of like bright flowers, and then some people are like, oh, so you want to have it in an actual garden. And I feel like there's so many things that could be considered a garden wedding or a garden style wedding, but the specific look that I'm hoping to achieve is going to be a lot of natural greens. It is going to be an outdoor wedding, so I feel like it's definitely just going to be easy to dress up the space that we use and make it look more. I'm going to turn this down because the sun is coming out. So when I say natural green hues, I kind of have a plant scheme in mind, if that makes sense. I really like succulents, I like ferns, and I like natural vines. So those are three plants that I'm really hoping to incorporate in the garden theme. And really just maybe like some baby's breath, like a pop of white everywhere. And as far as decorations go, I know for sure a main decoration that I want to have is what are those, like plastic orb atriums. I don't know if you guys have seen those on Pinterest. I will include photos so you guys can get an idea of what I'm talking about. But basically they are plastic orbs, and they have holes in them, and you can put plants in them and hang them from trees or branches, or they could be centerpieces. So what I'm thinking is having those plastic orbs and putting in some small succulents or some small ferns and using that as like hanging decorations. I just love the idea of hanging decorations because I feel like it can make anything look really whimsical. So as far as decorations go, that's really all I have on my mind right now. Again, sticking with the garden plant theme, I just really want to I really want to capture the overall, you know, look of a very natural garden style. Some people may be wondering, okay, you have a garden theme, but do you actually have a color scheme? Because I know a lot of people pick a color scheme with, you know, groomsmen and bridesmaids and then touches of color throughout the wedding. Mainly no. I know that sage will be a main color in the wedding because that's what the bridesmaids skirts are going to be. I'm not even having bridesmaids dresses, which I'll get to that later. But I do know that just really natural elements of sage and mint, and then some neutral colors like just white and beige will be added in. And there's a pop of color I'm going to talk about in the tuxes as well. But as far as like an overall color scheme, I didn't choose a color scheme because I know for example some people will go with like coral, navy, and white for a color scheme. I did not want to have the burden of, when I was picking out decorations, be like, oh my gosh, is this gonna match coral, or is this gonna match brown, is this gonna match blue? So yeah, really just the overall, again, color scheme is going to be natural greens, just natural green hues throughout. By the way, I know I'm looking into the viewfinder, but it's only because it is 4 o'clock in the evening and the lighting keeps changing, so I just keep trying to adjust the lighting. So let's go ahead and talk about bridesmaids dresses and tuxes. The tuxes are actually going to be navy, so that's where I was talking about, kind of like the pop of color coming in. A navy touch will be added through the tuxes, and the tuxes will also have, what is the flower that's on the pocket? What's that called? I don't even know what that's called, but those will probably be maybe like a fern arrangement. because again, I'm trying to stick with a certain, you know, flower scheme, like 5 different types of flowers that you would see like throughout. And then the bridesmaids dresses, like I said, aren't even dresses. They are skirt and top combo, and I found them on BHLDN, I think. It's Anthropologie's wedding website. Shout out to my friend Dana here on YouTube who let me know about that, because we were talking about it and she was like, you should really check out Anthropologie's bridal website, because I feel like that's the vibe you're going for, and it definitely is. So I found the skirt and top combo on there. The skirts are long maxi tulle skirts, and they will be sage, that's what the color's called, and the tops are ivory silk, like they're a silk material, like very silky looking. They're not spaghetti strap, they're a little bit thicker than that, they're probably like this thick, and they're just very drapey. They kind of drape over the skirt, but they will be tucked in. So again, I'll include photos of all of this so you guys can get an idea. But yeah, that's what we have decided on for that. We haven't 100% decided if we are going to purchase them from the Anthropologie bridal website, because they are actually very expensive, and I'm trying to find a cheaper alternative right now. I know Brandy Melville makes those really silky looking tops, so I'm trying to wait for her to come out with something similar. And maybe the skirts will be on sale later in the year, who knows, but we're not purchasing those until they are either cheaper or we find a cheaper alternative. So I thought it would be fun to talk about dress styles, actual wedding dress styles that I'm looking into. I haven't actually tried on dresses yet. That won't be until June. But I do have a specific style that I'm looking into and that I want, and that I know for sure that I want. I want a very classic and minimal and chic look. I do not want beads on my dress. I do not want sequins on my dress. I do not want anything shiny. I don't want jewels. I want a very simple cascade. And I do know for sure I love scoop necks. Like, I just absolutely love scoop necks. I do not want a sweetheart cut, anything like that, because I don't want my boobs coming out. So yeah, I do have a certain dress that I have found online. It's just been very hard to locate in an actual boutique, but I'm hoping that I will eventually find it somewhere. And it just, to me, is like the epitome of what I'm looking for. And the designer, I'll go ahead and tell you guys the designer, because I may or may not end up with it, and it's not like I'm actually telling you guys the actual dress, but the designer is actually very affordable. It is Michaela, which is a sub-designer of Paloma Blanca. It's actually like a line within the designer Paloma Blanca. And basically the Michaela dresses are the epitome of what I want. I love all of the dresses, but there's just one specific one that I'm like, yes, I have to try that on to know if that is the one for me. And then the second dress is from the designer Atelier Prenovius, I believe is how you pronounce it. It's a Spanish designer, but I love their designs too. I'm saying there because I don't know if it's a man or woman. But yes, so if you guys want an idea of the dresses that I'm looking into, those two designers are like major key for me right now. Like, I love those two designers. I'm going to talk about two other things, the cake and the photography. So the cake, we have for sure like figured out the type of look we want for a cake. Just classic ivory frosting, and I want sage leaves wrapped around it. So like, again, natural greenery tied into that. But yeah, I'm almost debating on whether I want to go with a naked cake. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's those tiered cakes that the frosting is kind of just like thrown on and you can see the cake underneath. Something about that I really like, but I don't know if I want to go for that 100%. I still haven't decided, but I do know just like classic ivory cake, and I'm super excited to try cake flavors. Like, pretty excited about that. We chose our photographers immediately because they are good friends to us, and I have worked for them for the past 5 years. We are using Zach and Sarah Photography, so if you are in the Middle Tennessee area or even Nashville or even East Tennessee, I know they've done a few weddings there. They are fantastic. I have just always adored their style of photography, and I know they're going to do an amazing job. Before Will and I even got engaged, I told them, I said, look, they are booked up around the year, you guys. Like, they book up a year in advance sometimes. And so I knew it might be hard to get a date with them. And I was like, look, you just are going to have to set aside a date for me because you're going to be my wedding photographers. Like, I don't care if I have to have this wedding in the dead of December. It's gonna happen. So I will leave their link down below so you guys can check out their wedding photography and get an idea of what I'm going for. But yeah, we have 100% booked them, and that's pretty much the only thing we have 100% booked at this point. So yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna touch on in this video. I hope it wasn't too all over the place. I just wanted to go over things that I'm personally excited about and things that I know that we for sure want and things that we're looking into. Again, please leave your topics down below that you want me to talk about because I need help. So thank you to those of you who did want to see these videos. I hope I can keep bringing, helpful content to you guys, and I'm excited to see what you want to know and what you want me to talk about. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys in a couple weeks with another one of these videos, and hopefully with your topics. So I will see you guys in that video. Bye.